Happy Amazon Zoos Day, everybody! Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Chaos Cup. We're in week number 5. We've got a fun game for you tonight. Amazon's just released. We're not watching them, though. Tonight, we're going to have As Bad as Raiders versus NC Stakes, Electrics Man versus Moob, Undead versus Dark Elves. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams. Amazons are back, baby. Division A, Ajax, look at that. In first place, the Fishy Fiends, Chaos Renegade team there, 3-1-0. With BB Nuts, Bolieve Broncos in second place. They're a Nurgle team with the same record, 3-1-0. And JD Whitey's Blitzburg Steelers in third place. A Skaven team, 1-2-0 is their record. Boot Polish and Cobblestorm, welcome to the stream. In Division B, Spire's Philosopher's Song in first place. With a record of 3-2-0, they're a Lizardman team. S Beavers, Wooden Men, and Nine Trees. In second place, they're a Wood Elf team. They're 2-2-0. And Cobblestorm's Goner Gets a Goblin team are in third place with a record of 2-1-0. We're in Division C this evening. And here is where Doug the Minotaur's Dinner Bell Darlings, everybody's favorite team, the Dwarves, are currently in first place. They have a record of 4-0-0 with Clyphus's Odin. It's Snuffle not far behind. A Norse team, they are 3-0-0. And Khan Kills Entanglements, an Imperial Nobility team. They are 2-0-1 and in third place. The NC Stakes looking for their second win in this competition. And if they get it, they'll bounce up to third place. The home team this evening will be As Bad as Raiders. This is the Undead team. They're getting a TV of 1,015,000 gold. They have 13 players on the roster. 3 will not be starting this evening. Daniel Carcasson here, the number 8 skeleton, out with an injury. Number 9 and number 12 out with serious injuries this week, but does have the 2 mummies, has 3 of the 4 ghoul runners, both of the blitzers, and then a bunch of zombies to fill out the roster. 2 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against this Dark Elf team, the NC Stakes, coached by Moob. They are coming in at a TV of 1,080,000 gold. They have 11 players on the roster. Everybody's starting, so that's 35K that will be going to the Undead team in petty cash. Not much to talk about there, but there's a lot to talk about how these two teams are going to play each other. 2 Witch Elves, 3 of the 4 blitzers, and then a whole bunch of linemen on this roster. 2 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play tonight? This Dark Elf team has a lot of speed, right? The blitzers and the Witch Elves, MA7. Everybody else is an MA of 6. They are strong, not strong. They are more resilient than other elves. They have an AV 9+ across the board, except for the 2 Witch Elves, which have an AV of 8+. Of course, being elves, they have Adge 2+ across the board. The blitzers naturally come with the block skill. Cottonmouth, the number 3 blitzer, has the dodge skill as well. Makes them a blodger. A blodger and Block Mamba, the number 1 Witch Elf. And then the Sidewinder, the other Witch Elf on this roster, is currently a rookie. Witch Elves come with dodge, they come with jump up, they come with frenzy. They have a lot of speed. They can control the sidelines. They can harass the ball, and they can get wherever they want to be, right? Jump up is such a great skill because when they get knocked down, they're not losing 3 MA. They stand right back up and they get all 7 MA. And that means as well that they can stand up and take a block. They don't have to spend their stand up on a blitz. So very good pieces. They are a bit frail. And if they get targeted by the Undead team, you can bet the Undead team is going to try to remove those very, very killer pieces. This team needs to stay alive against the Undead team. If they do that, they've got the speed and the edge advantage. I think they come out ahead tonight. The problem, I think, for the Undead team, for the Dark Elf team here, are these mummies. They do not want to tango with these 2 mummies here. These mummies with a strength of 5 with Mighty Blow. Max has guard as well, which means Diablo, if these are paired up, Diablo has a strength of 6. 1 assist is a 3-die block against any of these elves. 3-die block with Mighty Blow means they're looking at an AV of 8+, or against the Witch Elves a 7+, and these mummies need to do work to remove elves from the pitch. The elves, however, are very agile. They don't actually have to deal with these mummies. They can try to dodge away, and I think they want to force these mummies, if they're going to take any blocks at all, to make it a blitz. That's what the Dark Elves really want to do against this matchup, I think. Electrics Man needs to find a way to get these mummies into position where if they're not taking those blocks, they're moving toward taking blocks. And that means controlling pitch, forcing these elves to one side or the other, and trying to get as many hits as you can. These 3 ghoul runners are the weakness on the team, I think, for As Bad as Raiders. These will be the targets for the Dark Elf team. They are AV 8+. They don't have regen. In fact, they're the only pieces on this roster that don't have regen, and they're the only pieces that can really keep pace with those faster Dark Elf teams. If these Ghoul Runners are removed from the pitch, then the Raiders are going to be in a lot of trouble tonight. It's going to be very, very difficult to keep up with the Dark Elves and try to win this game. They've got to find a way to leverage their bash advantage against this Dark Elf team, and they've got to do it in such a way that the Dark Elves don't just run by them and say, see you later, I'm out of here. It's going to be a difficult dance, and I think it's going to be a difficult dance for both coaches, I think, because this Undead team is up against a fast, agile Elf team. Well, they have the Ghoul Runners to keep pace, but the Ghoul Runners are fragile, and they don't have regen. So Electric's Man obviously wants to use that to his advantage, but doesn't want to throw them out there to get removed from the pitch. So it's going to be a very tricky dance for these two coaches, I think, tonight. As bad as Raiders are going to have to field 2 Journeymen, they'll have to watch out for those actions on those Journeymen. Try to make sure that they do them at the end of their turn, so they're not burning through those rerolls, because they have a reroll advantage currently in this game, 3-2. They want to keep that advantage because rerolls dramatically change the odds on your plays. When you're up against this Dark Elf team, they can make big plays, big agility plays without those rerolls, right? If they have a positive dodge, that's a 2+. If they're going for a ball pickup, that's a 2+ or a 3+. Like, they can do a lot with little rerolls. If you can keep that advantage over your this Dark Elf team, you can make a big play when it matters as well. You can spend 2 or maybe even all 3 rerolls on a big play to recover that ball and score. Gonna be a dance, gonna be a chess match tonight. Oh, before the game starts, we've got 40 seconds. I want to show you one of the new upgrades here in the game. So now you can see the inducements right here on the team page. I think this is a great addition. I'm glad they finally added this in. And you may notice Coach Joseph Bugman is in the game. Coach, if you're unfamiliar with Coach, he's 100K, and he'll allow you to re-roll any of your knockout rolls where you rolled a 1. So if you roll a 1 on a knockout roll, you get to re-roll that. And I think my favorite bit... Oh, hold on. I'm hearing an echo. There we go. I was like, I don't want to hear my voice. My favorite bit with Coach is that, what do they call him? A Dwarf Master Drinker, I think is what his title is. So what he does, if you can't field all 11 players on the pitch, he says, at the beginning of a drive, right before a kickoff, he says, you know what? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm getting out there on the pitch, and he'll play for a drive. He's a dwarf with a MA5, strength 3, edge 3+, has passing, I think it's 6, and AV 9+, has tackle, thick skull, wrestle. Does have loner. Loner's 5+ though. So, but I think that's a great inducement. All right, let's get this game underway. This is the one and only game this evening. There's another game that's going to be played at 8:30, but I'm going to be in my meeting at 8:30. I'm going to be responsible this evening. Here's the coin toss. Snakes win the coin toss, and they're going to choose to be on offense to start the game. The defense to set up their formation. Clear skies this evening. Cobblestone says dice summary post game now as well. That's cool. And this is cool too. Check this out. You can pin the player cards now, which is so helpful. Just you middle click on a player card and it'll be pinned over to the side. Is there really? Defense currently with 2 in either wide zone. You can see those white blitzers in those wide zone. Not protected though, so they could get knocked down here, but the Skellyman on the outside. I didn't realize. Wait, how does this work? When you need a journeyman, is it random, or do you get to choose which journeyman you pick up? Two mummies on the defensive line. Guard mummy in the nose tackle position. And all 3 ghouls in the secondary. 5 on the line now for NC Snakes. Electrics Man says, I didn't choose. I'll have to double check the rulebook how that works for Undead. Skeletons, some people like them, some people don't. I'm in the camp that doesn't. They lose a point of AV to pick up a point of MA and Thick Skull. As opposed to the zombies here, you can see they have an AV of 9+ and an MA of 4. Skeletons have an MA of 5 and an AV of 8+. So more fragile to pick up 25% more speed. Here's the kick. Mediocre greatness as in passing. Fair enough. Fair enough. 5 on the defense. Get to reset here. Sidewinder, the number 2 Witch Elf, back to receive. Ball's kicked right behind her. We'll see if it bounces into her space or not. It does not. Turn 1 now for the Snakes. You can see the Snakes not wanting to tangle with these mummies. 2-die block on the skeleton. Topple skulls to get the game started. Gets a POW out of this. Copperhead on the block, looking for an 8+. Going after that skeleton because they are frail, trying to get that early player advantage. Cobblestone says, the cheerleader is in the base rules, might be from one of the Spike magazines. I could check. I don't think I have all the issues. I have most of the issues. But I do have the almanacs as well. 2+ pickup works out. Sidewinder the ball carrier. Advances the ball to the 14-yard line. That is it. Holding this defense to a blitz. Turn 1 now for the Raiders. If you're unfamiliar with Amazons, Amazons are new to Blood Bowl 3, not new to Blood Bowl in general. They are defined by having lots and lots of dodge on their players, which can be really cool and really strong. Dwarves chew them up because dwarves start with a lot of tackle. I'll be interested to see if we have any, what is this? Is this my push to talk doing this? It is. Ugh, I hate that. I'll be interested to see if we have any Amazon teams for the Spike Magazine Trophy. That's our second open of the season. Yeah, something's happened here. I gotta fix this. I hate that. Oh, I know what this is. This is the new 2-die blitz here against Korn. Gets a push by Diablo. This is the new feature where you can like tab or something through all the different players. Yeah, I'll have to set up a different macro here. Got nothing out of the blitz. Turn 2 now for the Snakes. Yeah, every time I hit the pedal, you can see it switches players. Dark Elf team moving to the left wide zone. Here's the blitz on Colton Thriller. Gets a both standing result out of this. Continuing to try to carve out the pitch here. Trying to control the left wide zone. All I did today was UI work. I hate UI work, but because I hate it, I decided to prioritize it. Turn 2 now for the Raiders. Oh, I didn't say the good news. The Mid-Atlantic Modeling League now has been granted access to the Blood Bowl, the Cyanide Blood Bowl API. So we're going to start building out some tools. We're going to have player statistic, players as in these players, not coaches. We'll have player statistics, we'll have game statistics. I would like to see, I have to see what's available in the API, but I would like to, I'd like to build out like a replay viewer, like maybe a top-down view of the pitch, and then like X's and O's or something, so you can like watch a game, you can click through a game or something. I'll have to see what's available, but they have some rules that we have to follow, which means I've got some code to write before I get to the fun stuff, and they're not onerous rules at all. But yeah, it's exciting. So we'll have deeper statistics, more information. And auto scheduling will most likely be in our future as well, since we can grab future games and have them set up in our database automatically. So very exciting. .22 seconds left. Undead team taking marks for the 2-die block against Coral Reef. Got the PAL here. Looking for a 9+. Got the armor break. Got a stun out of it. 1-die block against Garter. Gets a push. Shock Bowers moves forward. The number 3 Ghoul Runner into that left wide zone. 2-die block on the blitzer just ahead of him. Gets a POW out of this. Copperhead on the blitz. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Two-die blitz on Shock. Bowers gets the knockdown here, hunting those ghouls. Didn't get the armor break, though. Black Mamba, the number 1 Witch Elf, looking for her first SPP of the season. Ball carrier's going to move in the left wide zone all the way up to the Snakes' 4-yard line, just off the left sideline. Turn 3 now for As Bad As Raiders. Still have all 3 of their re-rolls. Have the 2 mummies at mid-pitch here, holding down the fort. Unfortunately, means they're not getting their blitzes or their blocks out of the mummies. But again, this was going to be a dance. We knew that going into this game. Electric's Man's going to have to find a way to leverage his team's advantages against this Dark Elf team, and that's the bash game. Trey Stucker, the safety. Number 6, White. Moving toward the ball. Minute 2 to go here in turn number 3. 1-die block against Korn. Got a POW out of this. The Journeyman putting in some work here. Can he get a 9+? He can get a 9+! Very well done. 1-man player advantage now for the Raiders. 2 SPP for the Journeyman. I wonder if he'll be hired by the Raiders after this game. He wants to show he's got what it takes to be rostered. 2-die blitz by Max. The Mummy only gets a push out of this. On the bonus clock here now for the Raiders. Moving another ghoul over into the left wide zone. Needs a criminal record for the Raiders decided. Turn 4 now for the Snakes. Snakes looking for a win to bump up into 3rd place. Raiders, if they pick up a win, they could bump up into 5th place. 2-die block on the line of scrimmage. Gets a pow against the number 13 Zombie. This is the Blodger, Cottonmouth on the block. Gets a stun. Now those mummies split apart. When you have the mummies grouped up, you can kind of think of them as a 2x1 piece, right? You have a mummy here and a mummy here. And once you pick up guard on both, right, you've got 6 strength with both these pieces. 6 and 6. 1 assist, 3-die block, 3-die block, 3-die blitz, 3-die block. $18 seconds left to go in the turn. Good 2+ dodge by Black Mamba over in the left wide zone. Shifting this ball back to the right. Lots of agility, lots of speed. The defense is going to need to be able to contain these elves. Look at that! Look at that! No fear by Garter, the number 6 lineman. 50-50 dodge to a 2+. Final turn of the 3rd quarter now. The Raiders on defense. Is that Nalo Sword? I couldn't read it, but thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Raiders repositioning Trey Stucker in the secondary, moving over in the right wide zone now. Defense is getting a little split apart. They had two columns pretty tight here in the left wide zone. Going to need to move them back over to the right. Really, when you're up against a real fast team, often you'll see the opposing team try to screen out the faster team. So they'll set up players so they've got tackle zones the entire width of the pitch or close to the entire width of the pitch. And that way, the fast, agile team can't get away scot-free, right? They get behind you, they set up a pocket, and then if you can't get at the ball carrier next turn, they're in the end zone. Oh, it's shift. Shift's doing it. I need to not use shift. Or control, apparently. Let's see, does alt work? Alright. I'll use alt for my macro going forward. 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Raiders starting to spread their defense now out. But spread a little thin here, right? So it can be difficult to to keep a screen intact once the offense starts to apply some pressure and control some of the pitch. Raiders back on the bonus clock. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz against Rattler right in front of the ball carrier. Only gets a push out of this. Looks to be considering a reroll. Takes the push. Decides not to follow up. Understands that the mummy's very slow. Didn't want to take a mark on the ball carrier. Turn 5 now. Second quarter begins for the Snakes. Could have taken a mark and made Sidewinder roll some dice, but elected to stay a couple of spaces back to perhaps stay in this drive a little longer. .40 seconds into this turn, no action yet by the Snakes. They're on offense. They can score very quickly. Give them 2 turns, they're in the end zone. Snakes down to just 1 reroll for the half. Had to spend that early reroll in the double skulls. Blitz to get things started on this turn. 2-die blitz in the right wide zone. Gets a POW against Bait Hobbs. Breaks armor. Ties it up on the pitch. 1v1 now. Regen kicks in. He says, that's fine. I'll take a little break. I'll come back next drive. Starts to turn off with the blitz. Gets the removal. 10v10 now on the pitch. Ball in a half cage. On the right, in the right wide zone now on the opposing 6-yard line, just off the right sideline. There's a failed dodge. Gets a free reroll. Do the dodge skill. Works out. Black Mamba going to play some protective coverage. Fails the dodge. Rattler on the failed dodge. Won't re-roll that. I think that's wise. Rattler, or not Rattler, Garter gets stunned on the failed dodge. Turn 4 now for the Raiders. .15 spaces. That's the width of the pitch. When you have an MA of 7, that's effectively half the pitch. And if you rush, it is half the pitch. Very, very fast team. Raiders have a decision to make here. What do they do? They've got to watch out. They've got to cover. They've got to cover this for sure. But then that means they've also got to cover this, which means they need a little bit of a tail here to keep. If you don't have that tail, let's say you've got something like here and something like here. If he gets blitzed or blocked away, now you've got a gap. Ajax, welcome to the stream. Oh, he's trying again. Last time a rat ogre was removed. 35 seconds to go. Yeah, I'm very excited for the API access. That besides the things I discussed already, that can automate the player cards with the stats. It'll be very, very helpful. So I'm very excited. 2-die blitz against Black Mamba. Dodge push is what Colton Thriller gets out of this. Took the blitz on the Witch Elf. They are frail, This one's a blodger, so it needs a pal to knock down this Witch Elf. But if you can get them removed, it's a big loss for this Dark Elf team. Very, very important pieces on the Dark Elf team. Pulling players back into the secondary. Trying to play a little bit of defense, but right now the Elves can score. We'll see if they decide to in just a few seconds here. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left on the bonus clock for the Raiders. They still have all three of their rerolls. They tag not Trey Stucker, they tag Ty Pon with the number 4 Guru Runner. It's a lot of speed that's behind the ball carrier. That scares me a little bit. I'd like to have my speed forward of the ball so I could reposition to get onto the ball or wherever the ball carrier ends up. Turn 6 now for the Snakes. Two-die block against Trey Stucker. Gets a both standing result out of this. Could score right now with a handoff. Two-die block now again on the number 6 White Blitzer. This time gets a push. And now a blitz to free up Rat, the number 7 lineman. Gets the knockout, breaks armor. And got the removal. One-man player advantage now. Back to the Snakes. Are they going to try the handoff the score? Do they think they can keep this ball safe for another turn? It looks like they're going to keep this ball for another turn. Currently on the 6. Could move up to the, looks like the 18, maybe the 16. Moves up to the 16. Good 2+ dodge by the other Witch Elf to fill in the back of this pocket. And another good 2+ dodge. Dodges for days. Edge 2+ is very strong. Turn 6 now for as bad as Raiders. And it's not just strong because it's a 2-6. It's obvious to see. It's like, oh well, it succeeds on everything but a 1. But there are so many agility rolls you make in Blood Bowl that it's very powerful. That's why in the old rules, that's why they split out. Well, I don't actually know why they split it out, but I suspect. That's why they gave this new statistic to players, this passing ability, because that used to be yet another edge roll. So if you were an elf team and you were succeeding your agility rolls on 2+ all day long, I mean, you could do everything. Moobas, did I forget to stand up that lineman near the line of scrimmage, or was he stunned? I don't recall. I'm sorry. I don't know. Raiders going to have to make a big play here if they want to stop the score. Dark Elves controlling this wide zone. Looks like Electric's Man deciding what to do with... might be number 5 here. I don't think number 7, can really get in on the ball carrier. The whole game of Mike, welcome to the stream. Taking lots of marks here. We'll get a lot of blocks if this drive continues. Oh boy, gonna take the 2-die blitz on the rush against Rat. Got a pow out of this. 9+ would be big. There's only one more rush, right? There's only one more rush left for the ball carrier. Could have followed up and then rushed number two, rushed to mark number 2, but it's going to stay where he is to try to cover this gap here. He's going to need to stay on his feet. He's almost certainly going to eat a 2-die from someone with the block skill. But the Snakes only have one reroll left. Double skulls here. We'll have to spend a reroll to keep the drive alive. Gets the knockdown on Moccasin, the number 9 lineman. And that'll be the turn. Turn 7 now for the Snakes. I like this feature of shifting and using shift and control to flip through the players. There's the mark. Here's that blitz. Gonna try to surf a ghoul. Here's the push. Frenzy follow-up. Well done. 2-man player advantage for the Snakes. On the surf. Very well done. Oh, oh, he was a ghoul. I was like, he didn't regen. It's because he didn't have regen. 2 of the 3 ghouls removed from the pitch. The Snakes doing a great job of hunting these ghouls. They've controlled the lane on either side. And now they're going to park this ball right outside the end zone on the 24-yard line. Try to stall this out for one more turn. Very good offense here by moving the Snakes in this first half of the game. Dodges for days. Elves doing what elves do. Going after these other pieces as well with the 2 dies. Very well done. Turn 7 now for the Raiders. What can they hope to do against all of these elves? Look at where they're positioned. Here and here and here and here. Here, 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 here. Where do you go? Electrics Man with 2 rerolls left, 4 minutes, 2 seconds on the bonus clock. A little over a minute left here in turn number 7, trying to find a way to stop this score, no matter how unlikely. But I don't know if he wants to throw his last ghoul into just the blender. I don't think that's the best option here. Might just need to let this go, take some blocks, maybe get the ghoul to safety. I'm not sure what the best play is here. Electrics Man still considering the state of the board here. Now taking a movement with Colton Thriller. Takes a mark on Moccasin, the rookie lineman. 2-die blitz against Rattler. Gets the knockdown here. 8+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. No armor break though. They've only got the one, right? Yeah, they've only got the one lineman, but he's out for the entire game. It's spent. Raiders back on the bonus clock. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left on the bonus clock. Can't really get anything out of this out of this turn. It'll be turn 8 for the opposing team. They'll score on turn 8, but they have 2 rerolls left, so they'll more than likely take any blocks that they're offered. 1 die block against Copperhead gets a push here. This is the plan. He'll follow up. It all comes down to the Journeyman Skeleton. The Journeyman Skelly Man takes a mark on the ball carrier. Yeah, Ghoul runs to safety. I think that's wise. Takes a mark on number 6, so he can't bring an assist here on turn 8. The Snakes with what? Oh, they have 1 reroll left. Excuse me. Oh, they got the POW on the Journeyman. He deserved better than that. He was going to be a hero. That frees up the ball carrier. 1 reroll left. Here's the assist to get the 2 die. Get the 1 die. Here's the 2 die blitz. 2 die blitz gets a POW and dig a hole. Are we digging a hole for dig a hole? It looks like we may be. He's only stunned. And now the 2 die on Trey Stucker. It's both standing result. Very good action order here by Move. There's the score. Well done. 1-0. The Snakes take the lead in this ball game. The thumbs down. The rude thumbs down. One of the 2 KOs come back for the Raiders. It's going to be 10v10 on the pitch, 10v9 on the pitch. No, it looks to be 10v10. 10v10 for this last turn of the first half, unless, of course, there is a timeout, and then we'll have an extra turn. 3 are going to go on the line for this defense. Everybody else is going to screen out the end zone. Five on the line for the offense currently. Putting a blitzer on the line. Just inside the left wide zone. Trey Stucker. We'll have 3 blocks to take. Unless there's a timeout. Setting up the formation here. No way to score. Would need 4 pushes on a Ghoul in order to make it into the end zone. Here's the kick. Middling kick. Raiders get an extra reroll. May or may not matter. They have plenty already. Final turn of the first half now. 3 blocks on the line to take. And then a pass for some SPP. Two die block. This will work out. Colton Thriller with the block skill. Gets nothing out of it. Two die block over on the left side of the line. Taipan's going to be pushed to the left to eat another 2 die. This 2 die with the block skill as well. Gets the knockdown. Well done. Looking for a 9+ here. But doesn't get it. Two die over on the right side of the line. Gets a POW with the Mummy Max. Looking for an 8+ to break armor here. But again, gets nothing out of the die roll. That's all the blocks taken. Unless he's planning on fouling, he'll try to pass with probably probably Shock Powers, actually. But then I imagine that means number 4 will pull in. Nope, just going to try it with number 4. Trying to pass to the zombie here. 50-50 pass, may as well spend the reroll. Well done. 1 point of SPP on the number 4 Ghoul Runner. That'll be the end of the half. 1-0 the score. The Snakes are in the lead. The Raiders are going to be on offense for the second half of this game. Raiders in a little bit of a better position here. It's going to be 10v10 on the pitch. They can lean into their bashy game here. They can leverage these mummies to start mowing down elves. Of course, the elves are not going to want to tangle with the mummies, but if they don't, that means the mummies are controlling the pitch right where they are. Needs to keep the 2 remaining ghouls alive and safe. They're the only ones with enough speed to hang with these elves. Offset anchor for the defense. The offense is set up now. Boy, I am tired today, man. I don't know why. 6 on the line for the offense. Has his mummies grouped up, as he should, I think. Does have one of the Ghoul Runners on the line here. Being tagged by this defensive line currently. Pulls the Ghoul off the line. Currently number 4 and number 13 back to receive. Number 13 with sure hand, or a strip ball. Must have randomed into that. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. Five on the line. Strung on the right side currently. Does have the blitzer on the outside. Colton Thriller, the right tackle currently. Yep, and that's where he'll stay. So now the kick by the Snakes. It's going to be a pitch invasion. Who do they hate? Oh man, they don't like Diablo. That really hurts. Diablo's stunned on the pitch. Has the 2-die on the right side with Colton Thriller. Gets a pow out of this. After the pitch invasion, a mummy was stunned. 2-die on Rat. The nose tackle is going to get knocked down here. An 8+ breaks armor. Max on the block. The remaining standing mummy. Oh, Gamer Mike says, ow, it's not even my player and that hurts. No armor break. .45 seconds to go here in turn number 9 for the Raiders. They're down by a touchdown. Successfully recovered the ball with number 4. Going to move this ball all the way up to the 4-yard line. Raiders with just 3 seconds left on the clock here. They're down to just 2 minutes, 41 seconds on the bonus clock as well. Pulling in this offense tight. Gets a POW against Taipan. Really needs to start getting player advantage if they're going to play this tightly grouped up. Gets the armor break. Can they get it? They cannot. Got a stun out of it. Turn 9 now for the Snakes. So the Snakes can play this pretty much like they're up against a Dwarven team. They'll stay in front of this cage, prevent it from scoring. Can apply some pressure from this. Yep, can apply some pressure on the sides here. You see the blitz coming up on Colton Thriller. Gets a push out of this. And because this offense is so tightly grouped up, this defensive pressure is sort of magnified because the offense doesn't have as many options to counter it. They lose a number of movement options. They'll end up losing a bunch of blocking options as well, as they'll find a bunch of players marked. So it has to be a little careful here. Turn 10 for the Raiders. 10v10 on the pitch. Diablo's going to stand right back up. Says it was very rude of the crowd. But you know what? My feelings aren't hurt. It's fine. I get it. I'm replaying Metal Gear Solid 2. And I never realized... I played this game like 3 times. That in the tanker stage, you can knock people overboard. It's so great. $50 seconds to go for the Raiders. Taking 1 block so far. Trying to figure out how they're going to try to control this pitch. Maybe even try to remove some elves. Gotta force these elves to roll some more dice, I think. Here's the blitz over on the left side against the witch elf. 2-die blitz. Got the POW against the blodger. An 8+ will break the armor of Black Mamba. But doesn't get it. Rolled Snake Eyes. You know why he rolled Snake Eyes? Because they're snakes. It was guaranteed. Turn 10 for the Snakes. Man, these snake, they could have Solid Snake. They could have Snake Plissken. They could have Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. 2-die blitz over on the right side here. Gets the knockdown, keeping the pressure intact. Repositioning the blotcher right back where he came from. Bait Hobbs getting blocked. 2-die block gets a push out of this. Taking the single marks is really only beneficial if you take the single mark, say here. That's really only beneficial if you're trying to tie up a player, because what ends up happening is you take the single mark, and that's an assist, or that's a block against you. So one player comes in on the assist. It's now a 2-die block, and you've given your opponent a block. Old Gamer Mike says they're named after real snakes. No, they're not. Look at this. Look at this. Let me show you. I'll show you. Rattler. Give me a break. Cottonmouth? Show me a snake with cotton in their mouth. Garter? Who's ever heard of a garter snake? No. Snake Eyes. There's the foul on Colton Thriller. My goodness. Didn't get anything out of it, but didn't get called off the pitch. But everyone's heard of Snake Plissken. A true snake, a real snake. Solid snake, liquid snake, venomous snake, solidus snake. These are real snakes. Turn 11 for the Raiders. Who rocks the house? The Raiders rock the house, and when the Raiders rock the house, they rock it all the way down. No real movement by this offense. They've been stuck. Mostly because they've given up a lot of control here. Oh, Gamer Mike said, did you just make that song up? Nope. that was a cheer I remember from high school. Two-die block against Garter here, gets a push. So this is the way to move. If you're gonna cage up and you have this strength on the cage, and that's the strategy, that's the plan. Be a dwarf, right? Just start moving this cage down pitch, using that strength to your advantage. Slight odd snake. 18 seconds to go here in turn 11 for the Raiders. Man, it's hot today. Failed dodge in the left wide zone here. Or failed rush, I should say. Rushes fail 900% of the time. Fran's going to stay on the pitch, though. Turn 11 now for the Snakes. I've been wearing, so I wear glasses. I've been wearing my glasses with a really old prescription for a long time. I bought new glasses back in September, but the lenses are all screwed up. So I need to get the lenses fixed. I need to get my prescription updated and the lenses fixed. Finally going to do it in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited to be able to see again. Blitz on the ball carrier. Got the POW here. Cottonmouth on the blitz. No armor breaks. Going to bounce the ball out. Well done. This defensive pressure kept up. Got a blitz on the ball carrier, and now a mark by Moccasin. I mean, I can see just fine, but I would like it to be better. Hey, that's not the replay. That's not the replay. .32 seconds to go here for the Snakes. Very dominant game so far. 3+ pickup. Fails the pickup here with one re-roll remaining. Spends the re-roll, but fails to pick the ball up. Rolled Snake Eyes. I think it was Snake Eyes. Nope. Rolled a 1 and then a 2 on the ball pickup. Fails the pickup. So the Raiders still have an opportunity here, but now they're going to have to fight for this ball. 3 plus 2/3 chance on the pickup here. Spent the final reroll to try to recover this ball. And it just didn't work out. Minute 30 left on the clock in turn 12 for the Raiders. Number 4 Ghouls stands up. Looks Cottonmouth dead in the eyes and says, "You're not Snake Plissken." Time to go for the Raiders. Gonna have to fight, but they have a lot of players tied up. And again, their speed is really all of these ghouls. The Blitzers have an ME of 6, but everyone else very, very slow. And the ghouls, while they're fast and they're in on the play, they're fragile. 50-50 dodge, spends a reroll. This works out. Gets a mark with Dig a Hole. Currently marked by Moccasin as well. Two-die block against Taipan. Gets the knockdown here. 8+ will break armor from Max. Looking for 2 SPP. Looking to get fewer and fewer elves out of this drive as well. But just can't get anything going. You can see just the 1 elf removed from the pitch. These are the more hardy of the elves. Raiders back on the bonus clock. 2:22 remaining. Knockdown on Rat behind the line of scrimmage. 8+ would break armor for Diablo. Diablo doesn't get it. Under 2 minutes left for the Raiders. They just don't have enough pieces to get in on this ball. Whoa, I stand corrected. Don't listen to me. Now, after all that, you want to pass too? Wow. Woo, boy. That's a ghoul that knows no fear. Shock Bowers. Look at that dodge to a 5+ pickup. Another dodge to, was that a marked pass? Marked pass. Trying to get the ball to safety is not going to work out. And now Shock Bowers is going to be marked by Garter here in final turn of the 3rd quarter. Now these Dark Elves are going to have an opportunity to recover this ball. They've got to clear away, dig a hole in the block, which they almost certainly will do here shortly. There's the mark by Cottonmouth. Well, that was supposed to be. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what that was, but now I do. Two-die blitz against Shock Bowers will get a dodge push out of this. And now the two-die block against Dig a Hole. That clears the ball. Gets a push. 2+ pickup by the Witch Elf. Fails the pickup! And the ball's going to remain on the pitch here. 4th quarter begins. Turn 13 for the Raiders. This defense still not able to recover the ball. Kevin Bacon greased the ball before the game. Kevin! Number 4 Ghoul Runner is going to stand back up and try to get back into this drive. No rerolls for either team. Die rolling very risky now. Minute 3 left on the clock. Raiders being given another opportunity to try to win this ball, but they tried to dodge away here, failed the dodge, had the dodge skill, but rolled Snake Eyes. Why? Because Snake Eyes is a real snake. Two-die blitz on Dig a Hole. That's the POW he needs to clear the ball. 2+ pickup this time works out. And there she goes. Miss Snake America. The number 2 Witch Elf Sidewinder in possession of the ball, looking to pick up another 3 SPP to level up. Serpentor. It's another snake. Moves Black Mamba well away to safety. And now a foul trying to get this Ghoul Runner off the pitch. Got him off the pitch, and the ref saw nothing. Let's see if those KOs stick. What were the inducements? Picked up an assistant coach with the 35 KOs, 20K for the assistant coach. It's a +1 to the brilliant coaching kickoff event for an extra reroll. Turn 14 now for the Raiders. There's only one Ghoul Runner remaining. It's real hard. No matter what the state of the board is at this point, it'd be really hard to recover this ball or try to force anything. You don't have the speed or the agility to really get past these elves. So these elves can just set up the screen and force you to have to block or blitz your way through. And that's the best you can do, right? Because you don't have an edge of 2+. You do have the dodge skill, which is great, but that's why these elves are set up the way they are. You're not getting a positive dodge out of this, and nobody else can really come to your rescue. Hey, we shower every day. 23 seconds left. The Raiders are going to try, as they should. I think this was one of the tougher matchups to really kind of understand and learn in this game. It can be very difficult, and I am by no means an expert. But whenever you have these matchups where positioning matters the most, going after Black Mamba, says you're not getting away from me. It gets a push out of this. Push. Oh, I would have pushed her right into the corner. But whenever you have a matchup that's a dance like this, where positioning matters the most, and you're up against a team that has. I don't want to say a trick, but they and not a gimmick, but like a team that specializes in something very, very well, whether that's dwarves, whether that's elves. It can be real tough to learn that. It takes a lot of games to kind of sort of understand the matchup, because the matchup isn't just about your bash, I'm Adge. It's your Adge, I've got to be here if I'm going to do this, but if you come in this way, I've got to do this instead, and it's just tricky to learn. Moop says he's had very bad luck with pals from mummies. That indeed he has. Turn 14 for the Snakes. Are they going to score? They are going to score 2-0. The Snakes increase their lead in this ball game. One's going to remain KO'd for the Raiders. So again, 10v10 on the pitch. Did I do that? I normally don't skip cutscenes. There's the score. Very well done with the thumbs down. Blah! That's the noise you make when you give a thumbs down. Blah! Defense with 3 on the line. Shifted to the right. And then setting up some cups with the remaining the remaining players. 5 on the line for the Raiders. They're going to have 2 turns left in this game to try to get on the board. Even if you don't win the game, getting a touchdown is very important, right? 3 SPP is a lot of SPP. Electric Man says, I don't have a 2-turn TD. You can. I don't want to, I shouldn't, first of all, my advice is terrible, but I try not to give advice because, you know, it's a league game and it's difficult because I want to teach the game, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to favor one coach over the other. Turn 15 now for the Raiders. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. Two-die block against Garter, quote-unquote, snake. Gets a knockdown here. Look at that, a rat! That's a mammal! That's not even a snake! Cobra Commander? That's a snake! Three-die block against Taipan gets a pow out of this. Name shaping me. Rats are rodents, garters are belts. Everyone knows that. "38 seconds left in turn 15. Journeyman Skellyman to take a mark against Moccasin. Those are shoes! Move says, I'd post links to them, but your bot is complicit and will remove them. I actually fixed that. Nightbot does not remove links anymore. But, yes, I understand they're actually snakes. Dude, I'm like, it's a pal against Moccasin. Gets sent out of this, but no SPP. 36 seconds left on the bonus clock for the Raiders. Again, I think it's a tough matchup, but you can see Electric Span's been doing a pretty good job with spreading out this SPP. He's got guard on Max already. He'll almost certainly want to pick up guard on Diablo when Diablo gets 6 SPP. Good. Yeah, this is exactly what you do strategically, right? Moves dig a hole up for the pass. Dig a hole, a zombie picks up 1 SPP. Has done a great job with spreading out this SPP, trying to get skills on pieces that matter. It's still very early in the season, so I would argue that that team building is one of, if not the most important strategic consideration for these coaches here in the Chaos Cup. Obviously, winning the Chaos Cup is great. That gets you into the Blood Bowl, as does being the runner-up. But otherwise, right? Building your team, coming back in the Spike Magazine Trophy, or the Dungeon Bowl. This is the time to build the team up, right? This is where you want to get those skills, be leveraging those skills to get more SPP, kit out your team the way you want it to be. I mean, Undead, I think they're great teams at low TV, but they get better, right? They get even better at higher TV. 2-die blitz against Dig a Hole gets a pal here. Got the removal. So got a removal here. Takes a mark on the ball carrier. Oh, I hate this bug so much. This perpetual alarm bug. Dodges away Taipon, gets a mark on number 11, Fran, the rookie lineman. Festoon, welcome to the stream. Takes a second mark against Shock Bowers. Gonna try to score again on turn 16. We'll see if he can make it happen. Turn 16 for the Raiders. So we'll see what the Raiders do here. They'll take some blocks. They might just punt. We'll see. 2 marks, though. 2 marks. They do have a positive dodge away. So they could move out here on the dodge and then just punt the ball. Doesn't guarantee that the opposing team doesn't score, but certainly makes it tougher. 2-die block against Rat. Gets a POW here. Electric Man says, now's the time to put money on me winning the cup. The payout would be astronomical. No. Black Wolf says, why do my Raiders always lose? 45 seconds ago for the Raiders. Oh, I almost forgot about my meeting. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, it's only 8:10. Failed dodge by the ball carrier. So the ball carrier, well, they roll. A 1 and a 2. Failed dodge, so we'll see if the Snakes can get this ball into the end zone. Looks like it's going to be Cottonmouth to attempt to score. So it'll be a 2+ pickup to a 2+ handoff to a rush. So 2+, 2+, 2+, it looks like. JD Whitey, welcome to the stream. There's the first 2+. Here's the second. One more, and this will be a 3-0 ball game. Very well done. 3-0 the final of this game. Very well played game by both coaches. Well done. Three to 0 is going to be the final here. Congratulations to Boob and the NC Snakes. They're going to remain undefeated here in Division C. So the NC Snakes advance into third place with that win. They have 8 points. They are 2-2-0. Congratulations to Moob once again on the victory. Tough game, I think. Again, we talked about it already, but tough game for the Undead team. But they're just going to get better. I mean, they're just going to get better as time goes on. And not only is the team on paper going to get better, but everyone who plays, right? Whether you've been playing for 1 day or 40 years, every game makes you a better player because there's so much agency in the game, right? So I look forward to more games here. We have lots more games to play, not just in week 5, but all season long. Let's take a look at the standings before. It's not asking to confirm the game. Let's double check. All right, well, I can confirm it. I'll do it. I wonder if the update turned off automatic validation. That would be annoying. I'll double check. I'll double check after the stream. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. All right, coming up next, this Thursday, we have a doubleheader, it looks like. This Thursday, March 13th, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. We're going to get the evening started with the Tizork Savage Boys versus the Dinnerbell Darlings, Tizzlebizzle versus Doug the Minotaur. That'll be Orcs versus Dwarves. And then immediately following that game at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have the Birds of a Feather versus the Gutterballs. I believe that's Elven Union versus Orcs. That'll be a fun one as well. On Sunday, March 16th at 7:30 p.m., we have the Vesuvian Lavabacks versus the Dream-A-Wish Foundation. Berserker Tempest versus League Champion Nick Satan. That will be Lizards versus Halflings. That's going to be amazing. I'm very much looking forward to that. 3 games left to be scheduled in this week number 5 of 9. And when those games, taking screenshots, when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can, what? What is that? Whatever, man. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Hold on, let me get this right. Hey, there it is. Play Blood Bowl, man. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Games Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and the tabletop forum at your friendly local game store. Until this Thursday, March 13th at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody. I'm going to go eat. Oh, no, I got my meeting in 15 minutes. Then I'll eat after that. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.